Today, I am going to discuss about the standard-based unit lesson planning. The resources that we use from this is from a research study entitled An Analysis of Strategies for Teaching Standard-Based Lesson Plan Alignment to Pre-Service Teachers. One of the responsibilities of current teacher educator is to teach pre-service teachers how to write lesson plans that meet the learner's needs. The ability to plan instruction cannot be learned from unguided classroom experience. Schomburg and Magliaro state that when teacher preparation faculty teach lesson planning to pre-service teachers, the intention is to help them to determine a focus from student learning based on the standards and objectives. Experienced educators know that learning to write lesson plan requires the ability to develop many intricate parts that will act in unison and that there is a room for error in that process. These errors may include crafting lessons that focus on engaging students and managing potential misbehavior rather than on ensuring mastery of clearly stated standard or output. In addition, pre-service teachers may make the following errors. Number 1. Failing to teach the concept indicates by the standards. Number 2. Failing to teach the concept to cognitive level described in the standard. Number 3. Evaluating learning in relation to the different standards. What is effective alignment? Effective alignment is the process of ensuring congruence between the standards, learning, objectives, assessment, and the structural activities. Effective alignments begin with a close reading of standards to identify what the students need to know and be able to do. There are following questions that answered in this research study. Number 1 is, what strategies do teacher educators use to teach lesson plan alignment to pre-service teachers? The strategies identified align to 3 major data levels. Number 1. Expository instruction. It is the structure-centered. It is often passive, with the student a receiver of information that comes primarily from a text or an instructor. Reading course materials and lectures are characteristic of expository strategies. Number 2. Hands-on approaches. Occurs when students, often independently, actively show that they are grasping concepts, rather than just reading or listening. This is a form of constructivist and discovery learning where the instructor typically functions as a facilitator. Number 3. Collaborative approaches are an amalgamation of other 2 approaches. Instructor and other agents act as both facilitators of knowledge and sage on the stage. What strategies are used to teach pre-service teachers how to read, unpack, and analyze Common Core and state standards? Expository. Lectures, note-taking, textbooks and guided reading, exam, tests, quizzes, demonstration, modeling, observations. Hands-on. Write lesson plans, unit plans, interview practicing teachers, research and present focus on the chosen standards, create activity bank, create curriculum map, lesson plan peer editing in terms of grade bands. Collaborative. Outside audit, research comparison, joint writing, and discussion. What strategies are used to teach pre-service teachers how to align assessment and structural activities to the objectives and standards? Expository strategies. Used to teach pre-service teachers how to align assessment to the objectives and the standard and structural activities were derived from professor or expert focus. Hands-on approaches. Many of his specific strategies required students to independently make sense of alignment between objectives, standards, structural activities, and assessments without the help of professor or classmate. Collaborative strategies. Discussion as well as purposeful questioning and feedbacks were used to ensure that students were thinking about the relationship between their lesson plan, their activities, the assessment, and the standard. What strategies are used to teach pre-service teachers how to align different types of assessment piece, formative, summative, and diagnostic, to the objectives, the standards, and the different assessment types? Expository strategies included lecture, observing how assessment were designed within a classroom settings, interviewing practicing teachers about how they align assessment, completing course reading, and taking tests and quizzes. Hands-on strategies were the creation of lesson plan, unit plan, or a teacher work sample. What strategies or tools do teacher educator use to assess alignment in pre-service teachers' lesson plan design? Two types of rubrics were reported: analytic and completion. Analytic rubrics define criteria for certain elements of lesson plan design and serve as the basis of evaluation. Analytic rubric assess based on the present criteria, evaluate using descriptive language, exemplary, good, poor, converted to letter grade. Some students are required to resubmit lesson plan until the mastery of the criteria are met. Completion rubrics could determine only whether or not the pre-service teachers completed the assignment. They were not necessarily focusing on the highlighting area of the strength. Completion rubrics assess only to determine if the student have completed the assignment, evaluated as A and F completed or not completed.